It's a great honor and excitement that I welcome you here today on a Walk Through Education International Multidisciplinary Conference with the theme, Building a Better Future, Harmony for a Sustainable World. A Walk Through Education established in 2022 is an innovative educational initiative based in sub-Saharan Africa, dedicated to transforming lives through inclusive and quality education. A Walk Through Education is deeply committed to promoting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly the SDG for quality education, and by providing a holistic learning experience that equips children and youth with the necessary tools to thrive in global society. Our vision is to create an inclusive and equitable educational landscape where every child and young person can unlock their potential, regardless of socioeconomic background, through innovative, sustainable, and future-ready educational solutions. Our mission is to bridge the gap in education by fostering creative expression, critical thinking, and life skills in children and youth. Through collaborative efforts with educators, community, and stakeholders, A Walk Through Education aims to empower future leaders to address global challenges with confidence and compassion. What are our values? Number one is inclusivity, ensuring that all learners, regardless of their background, have access to quality education. Next is innovation, leveraging new ideas, technology, and methods to improve educational outcomes. Empowerment, enabling students to take charge in their learning and future. Collaboration, working in partnership with local and global organizations and communities to amplify our impact. And lastly is sustainability, implementing long-term solutions that benefit both learners, educators, and the society at large. Our philosophy is we believe that education is a powerful catalyst for positive change. Our learner-centered approach emphasizes critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity, preparing children and youth to become proactive citizens who contribute meaningfully to the society. The strides made over the years. Since its inception, A Walk Through Education has impacted over 10,000 students through workshops, mentoring, and digital learning platforms. We've established partnerships with local schools and global organizations to expand the reach of quality education. We've launched multiple initiatives such as Kiddie Press Club and the Creative Room aimed at enhancing literacy, creative expression, and global perspectives in young learners. We've also organized international intellectual exchanges that foster cross-cultural dialogue and awareness among educators. What are our impacts on educators? As educators and advocates of lifelong learning, we've facilitated the growth and development of educators through intellectual exchanges and conferences. A Walk Through Education regularly hosts forums where educators from various parts of the world come together to share ideas, strategies, and innovations. These intellectual exchanges promote professional development, enrich teaching practices, and foster a sense of global collaboration. Mentoring new teachers. A Walk Through Education has mentored new teachers, helping them to navigate the challenges of the profession and encouraging them to adopt inclusive, learner-centered teaching methods. By guiding educators to implement critical thinking and creative expression in their classrooms, we equip them with skills to inspire and lead their students. Global collaboration. Through collaborations with educators from across the globe, A Walk Through Education facilitates knowledge sharing and professional growth. The global network allows educators to adopt best practices from different regions, ensuring that our methods are both innovative and culturally sensitive. Our goals and objectives: to expand access to quality inclusive education for children and youth across Africa and beyond by 2030. To foster collaboration between educators, parents, and global institutions to improve educational practices. To provide platforms for creative expressions, innovation, and leadership among young learners. And lastly, to continuously adopt our educational model to meet the evolving needs of global educators and learners, also to meet the trends. So today's conference reflects our shared commitment to addressing the critical challenges facing the world and the role of education, innovation, and collaboration play in shaping a sustainable future. As we gather from different disciplines, cultures, and regions, this forum symbolizes the power of unity, coming together in harmony to generate solutions that would foster social, economic, and environmental sustainability. In a world that is increasingly interconnected, it has never been more important to work collectively towards a better future. Our discussion today will cover a wide range of topics from environmental sustainability to educational innovation to social development, all of which are vital to building a world that is equitable, just, and thriving for future generations. I would like to express my gratitude to all the speakers, panelists, and participants for joining. Your presence here today reaffirms our belief in the potential of human collaboration and creativity to tackle global challenges. Let us engage with open minds, exchange ideas, and leave here inspired to take action, because together we can build a better and more sustainable world. Thank you, and I wish you all a productive and impactful conference. Thank you very much for coming, and I declare the conference open. You're welcome once again.
Here it is now.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Having read out what ART stands for, a walk to education, from the long, very in-depth explanation presentation that you made, I've been able to glean that the purpose, the focus of a walk to education is to prepare children and youth to be proactive citizens who contribute meaningfully to the society, especially in view of the SDG goals. And so, ladies and gentlemen, intellectuals, you're welcome once again to the 2024 A Walk Through Education edition, which is a forum for interdisciplinary and intercultural intellectual exchanges. Once again, we want to say very big thank you to our convener, Gloria Ifenywa Ayogo. And of course, by extension, we welcome every educator, every intellectual present here who has made out time out of their busy schedule to be part of this epoch-making event. Well, my name is Oluwabumi Anani, a Nigerian. And of course, I'm glad about this opportunity to connect with intellectuals, with masterminds from across the globe who are here to join forces towards the actualization of the SDGs for the benefit of that one child in every corner of the globe. Moving forward, I'd like to welcome our very first speaker. And for the benefit of those who are here to meet with the convener, Gloria Ifenywa, I will do a quick read of her bio. Ladies and gentlemen, Gloria Ifenywa Ayogo is a visionary founder of a walk through education, art, and Kiddies Press Club. She has left an indelible mark on the landscape of education every day. Educator Award from the International Internship University, IIU, thereby underscoring her transformative impact. Since 2021, she has held the illustrious title of Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, wielding technology as a catalyst for educational revolution. Fast forward to 2022, where Gloria's commitment to tackling global challenges through education propelled her to top 25 finalists in the HHMS SDG Challenge, a sub-Saharan challenge, setting the stage for even greater triumphs. As the curtains rose on 2023, Gloria's star continued to ascend, of course, at impact as well, culminating in an attainment of top 10 finalists in the same challenge, where she was able to garner impact in the community at the grassroots level. Of course, not a mean feat. Moreover, she etched her name in the annals of educational history with the HP Life Achievement and the prestigious 1 million teachers black belt, cementing her legacy as a titan of the teaching profession. Let's not forget our role as Pen Power Schools ambassador and Wakelet ambassador since 2020, amplifying our influence and a testament to our tenacity, unwavering commitment to fostering education in our country and beyond the borders of the area. In 2024, she stood as a trailblazer in the realm of Magic School AI teaching and training. Talk about a teacher who is tech savvy. Gloria Ifeyiwa Ayogu certainly represents such. In every achievement lies a testament to Gloria's unwavering resolve, reminding us that with purpose and passion, beyond gender divides, beyond biases, the impossible becomes possible and the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary. On this note, once again, ladies and gentlemen, masterminds, we welcome you to 2024, a walk through education, and I'm yours truly, Oluwabumi Anani. Thank you. So, thank you.
Thank you.
So, our time is 25 minutes past 12, according to the Nigerian time. I would like to crave your indulgence as I make welcome our very first speaker. Remember, our theme for this year is building a better future, harmonizing for a sustainable world. This is instructive. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of our time again, join me as I welcome Professor Cherry June Maridable, and I read out his profile. Professor Cherry Maridable is a distinguished scholar and educator with a robust background in education and international business. At Ho Chi Minh University of Trade and Industry, and as an economist and engineering professor at the University of Economics, Ho Chi Minh City. In addition to academic roles, Dr. Maridable is the founder of a mental health counseling and therapy center with locations in both Turkey and Vietnam. She earned a PhD in international business from Leeds University, Hawaii, California, and has since made significant contributions to educational research, curriculum development, and pedagogical innovation. Dr. Maridable's work has been widely published, and she is a sought-after speaker at international conferences. Her dedication to improving education and supporting mental health has made her a respected figure in both academia and the broader community. Dear intellectuals and fellow masterminds, please let's make welcome Professor Maridable as she takes us through an insightful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful welcome. So, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, and fellow educators, allow me to share my screen. Okay, so I will not be taking much of your time tonight. I get 10 minutes, so I hope you're just fine there. Let's see. Is my screen visible to everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so I am tasked to present about quality education in Vietnam, strategies and challenges and solutions for advancing SDG 4. So let me share this with you. And if you have questions later, just let me know. Okay, so what are the importance of quality education? Why we have to mainly focus with SDG 4? So I wrote down here that quality education is the cornerstone of a prosperous and just society. We can have just people inside our society if they can have this quality education. So it empowers individuals, you and I, to reach our potential, and it can contribute to economic growth and also foster social cohesion. So here in Vietnam, where we aspire to become a modern industrialized nation and a strong education system where it is indispensable, we are always aiming for quality education. So why? Why we have to do that? Because it's very important for our growth and progress as we educate our students and at the same time for this country's progress. So here are some strategies for enhancing quality education. So this is what we do in Vietnam. So first of all, we have this curriculum reform. So it is important that we update our curriculum, okay? Because we have to have reflections every year to ensure that our students are really equipped with skills and knowledge that are necessary for this changing world. We know that the world is changing every day, not every year, right? So our curriculum in education should also be updated. Another thing, there is this teacher professional development. So we invest in professional development because this enhances the pedagogical skills, content knowledge, and ability of our students, as well as our teachers, first and foremost. Number three, the infrastructure improvement. So it is important that we ensure that our schools have adequate facilities, resources, most importantly, technology to support effective teaching and learning. So the old ways were maybe in Southeast Asia, we can see that some students are just studying under trees, you know, sometimes inside the boat. When I was in Bangladesh, I've seen that some students were studying inside the boat, and that was fun. But then, because we are in modern times, we should consider enhancing our ways of educating them through the use of technology. Number four, equity and inclusion. We have to promote this. Why? Because through this, we can have quality education. So particularly for marginalized groups, for example, the girls. So in my country, we have these different types of schools. Schools for the girls only and for the boys. However, in some parts of the country, we also have this mix. But then we should always consider this so that we can have quality education. The outcome of having equity and inclusion could be different from what we are used to see. Lastly, we have this assessment and accountability. It is important that we implement robust assessment system. Why? This is to measure our students' learning, the outcome of what they're learning in the school, and of course, we can see our accountability in our part because like we perform, but then through our students, we can see if they are progressing or not. And through that, we can assess and we can validate if next time we should do something better aside from the current one that we use for them. So these are strategies that we use here. However, there are challenges. So there are challenges to quality education that we've found out recently. So first of all, we have these teachers shortages. Not all foreign teachers here are qualified to teach, despite of the fact that they have this TESOL degree, whatsoever degree that they have. However, we need to have qualified teachers. And it is very important. Why? If we have right teachers, we can have right students. I mean with right students is we can have great progress when it comes to assessing them. We can see that they're progressing if we have right teachers, but we don't have that here. Another problem is inequality in access. So we have this problem with quality education in rural and remote areas in Vietnam. In Ho Chi Minh City is fine. in cities, big cities in Vietnam. However, in rural areas, that's a big problem. Number three, we have lack of resources. Because of that, some students, they cannot have their own book. So we visit libraries, but then there is no sufficient books there. They're lucky if they have their smartphones. So that's problem number three. Number four, we have limited parental involvement. So some parents, they would think, oh, I have to send my kids to school, and it's the teacher's responsibilities to take care of them. That's what's happening here. So that's one big problem. Parents want to get involved when it comes to quality education. Lastly, there is this assessment bias. Everywhere, it becomes normal. Okay, so assessment practices which can be a disadvantage to other students. Like, I am the son of a mayor. I am the daughter of the president. I should be the first. So that's the problem here. So what are our goals, the SDG 4 goals in Vietnam? So first of all, we found the solutions, and I hope this can also be used in other parts of the world. If it's working with us, probably it will work with you guys. So first of all, we have to increase our investment, particularly with resources to education, the funding for teacher training, the infrastructure development is very important. But then it is the government's funding. So we need to ask the government about it. So we've tried that, and luckily this year it's progressing and we can see great changes. We've just started actually our public school classes in Vietnam. Number two, targeted support. So providing support to disadvantaged students, for example, scholarship programs, okay, remedial classes, community-based education would really help reach our target with SDG 4. Number three, teacher recruitment and retention. So it's important to recruit good teachers, qualified teachers, and then we give them competitive salaries, and we give them opportunity for personal development. And of course, we have to be supportive around them. Number four, parental engagement. As much as possible, we encourage parents to take part with the educational system that we have in the school. Through our workshops, we can include them. We can have teacher or parent conferences and community outreach programs. Lastly, we have this assessment reform. What does it mean? So reforming assessment practices, it ensures that there is fairness, okay? And everything is connected. It's aligned to our curriculum. Sometimes we just make fun of teaching. However, we can't do that all the time. There should be a curriculum that we should follow. So assessment reform is very important. That's what we've seen as solutions for these SDG 4 problems in Vietnam. So in conclusion, I would like to say that achieving quality education in Vietnam is a complex and ongoing challenge. So in all levels, and more importantly, the fees of education here is very expensive. So it's like 4 times that in my country. That's why parents, they don't want to get involved. They thought that it's teachers' responsibility. However, teachers are not paid higher compared to those with, how do you say, with developing, compared to other developing countries. Another thing, because of that situation, we tried to encourage stakeholders. We tried to get like help from other government officials because not all are helping. But then it's important, I believe, that we have to work together in implementing these strategies. Because of this, if we will work together, we can create a brighter future for our nation. So I ask everybody to commit to investing in our young people, wherever you are, empower them, feed them with the right knowledge, not the wrong ones, okay? And the skills that they need to succeed. Because it's important that they have to succeed. Why? They're the future. So building a more just, equitable, and prosperous nation, not only in this country, but in the whole world. So that's my presentation. I'm afraid that I will take all the time. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Thank you very much, Professor. That was insightful. And from your presentation, or for the same time, to know that we are actually together in this, in making sure that our children, our students all over the world have access to quality education. And that's the challenges that you reeled out. They are actually, connected. Even in Nigeria, Nigerians can agree with me, we do have also something why your call to action that should all come together to blame that achieve. Permit me to invite our Prof. Dr. David Greenfield. David Greenfield, EDD, is a multi-talented and experienced global educator, artist, technologist, and innovator. Dr. Greenfield's dissertation, Beyond Superheroes and Talking Animals, teaching social justice with graphic novels, focused on ways that graphic literature and comics can be used in disciplines, including justice, science, history, community, culture, and language learning. It has 20 years experience as an educational technologist and in learning in over 16 countries in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and East Asia. Dr. Greenfield is particularly interested in exploring ways that accessible digital technologies can be used to promote storytelling in global learning environments, cultural worked as an educational technologist in academia and has consulted on educational technology in K-12 schools, education, academia, museums, businesses. Additionally, Dr. Greenfield is an accomplished visual artist and has exhibited his work in museums and galleries in Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, London, and others.
When you use
Educators and colleagues, welcome David Greenfield as he makes his presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Am I on the screen? Because, well, maybe I am and maybe I'm not. Before I start my presentation, I would like to pose a couple of ideas for you all to just put in the back of your head and about comics and graphic novels, because people often downplay what you can do with them. The first is that in terms of media and creative media, we have, and communication, we know that early humans probably danced, but we don't know what the dances are because there's no record of it. We know there was probably some kind of storytelling. People sat around and told stories to each other, but we don't know when the original languages were first spoken because there's no record of it. And even the early languages that were spoken, we really don't know what they sounded like. When we read about the Egyptian or the Babylonian civilization, we know they communicated, but we don't know what their dialects were and how because we know that in language, we're going to say another way, no record, except for one thing, visual narrative, especially sequences that show a sequence. And there was a movie made about a cave in France by Werner Herzog, the German director. And the cave is called Chauvet or Chauvet. I don't speak French, so I'm not sure. It's a hard tea or a soft tea. But they found in this cave saber-tooth tigers running and chasing other animals. And they were painted on two different walls in one large room. There's a wall and there's a large indent and another wall. One painting was made about 20. So they were creating a sequential story that we can see. We don't know all the meaning behind it. We can guess, but we can see that time was put into it. So the visual narratives that exist in all of our countries is really important. We have to look at that as something that stays with us and that we can use and integrate into every field that we work in. It can be used in psychology, they can be used in history, they can be used in science, they can be used in rural environments to help people learn about how to better take care of their environment, because a comic can be done even without words. It can be done as almost a pantomime of what you can do with it. You know, if you think about when you get on an airplane and you get handed a little form, a little sheet that shows you what to do in case of an emergency can do. So there's a power in graphic novels and sequential novels that we often don't really tap into. It's not going to replace the formal teaching supplement and also reach out to the kinds of learners that are not either traditional or they're not interested in formal math besides the basics. I mean, it opens up the world of education to students that it's not that they're so struggling, they're just not interested. It doesn't speak to them. You know, and I refer to Dr. Howard Gardner, who developed a theory called multiple intelligences. So keep the importance of graphics, of visual narrative in the back of your mind as I speak towards. So let me put it this way. I'll start out by saying comics are really important to me for a lot of reasons. I think I learned to read with comics. When I was, and comics in particular led me to the World Book Encyclopedia that I was glued to. And we had like 18 volumes, and I think I read every one of them. I was just so curious. But the comics were the things that drew me in, and I read comics. I have been reading comics. I have 3 images of early books that I read, and then followed by 2024, where I have placed all of the books in my collection on the floor, and you'll see all kinds of subjects, and they're all, for the most part, not books about culture and society are good from maybe late junior high, middle school, 9th grade, all the way to senior year and into college. Love of reading They inspire and teach visual thinking skills and development of visual learners, critical thinking, introduction of big ideas, history, science, and great thinkers and others. Just about different cultures. Talk a little about that a little later on. And what can you do with comics? Movies are very expensive, requiring lots of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what the medium requires. There are all kinds of government initiatives to promote comics to help children become more interested in reading and improve their learning abilities. For instance, Indian news media company NDTV revealed that in March 2021, Union of Education Minister of India launched 100 comics created by teachers and students of the Central Board of Secondary Education. Competitive landscape, prospective industry participants will likely focus on developing concept comics to captivate their target audience and achieve product differentiation. I have comics from all over the world in multiple languages. I have Thai, I have Hebrew, I have Arabic, and they're incredibly engaging, and it really grabs the attention of a student, and you can teach them about the history of their country or of people in their country. I have a picture here of Muhammad Ali, the great boxer, a graphic novel that was made about him, and another one made about Nelson Mandela. I mean, they're comics that will introduce people around the world to great people in other countries. They're comics that teach about myths. I have a comic from Nigeria that talks about one of the great myths of Nigeria, as I have other books in other countries, from other countries. And all of that information came from fortunebusinessinsights.com. And I have a link to that on the page that the presentation that you will receive. And why comics?
Right.
Although many comics are produced by a single individual, many are created and produced by a collaborative effort. For example, there can be a writer, artist who does the work in black and white, a colorist, a letterer, and a researcher. This allows different kinds of learners and thinkers to work within their strength. Also, when students from different schools and different countries learn and work together, they learn about each other's similarities and differences. This reduces the ignorance that leads to strife, and by learning to work together as students, they will be able to apply these skills as they grow and develop into adults who will continue to collaborate on important projects. So there's a lot more to comics. I'm sorry that I had issues with my ability to share, and I don't know why I do it, but when you look at this, the last page also includes my email address, and feel free to write to me to look at my website or my LinkedIn site. And I have a picture of this amazing comic or graphic novel of about 400 pages written by a young Egyptian woman. It's called Shubek Lubek, which means your wish is my command, and it deals with so many topics, and it's so engaging and so wonderful. And I would bet that in each and every one of your countries, there are people that are working to create this kind of book, and if not, they can be inspired to do it. So you can teach people. Oh, and last thing, you can create comics about every topic that was listed on the topic. Anything you want, you could create something to educate, at least introduce critical and important ideas of society, culture, and science to the users. So you don't have to be a mathematician to at least understand the basics of math so you can communicate with someone. And with that, I apologize for my technical difficulty, and I thank you for your patience and for your attention. And to make up for it, please send me your questions and I will be more than happy to respond. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. That was insightful. Yes, despite the interruptions and the fact that we didn't start on time, it's actually an eye opener to the visual literacy and of course how we can cater to multi tools that can speak to certain learners. So much, Doctor. We cannot wait to access the slides so that we can have further understanding your thoughts and your opinions and apply them within our classrooms. Our educators that are still waiting here, we want to really appreciate you for your sacrifice, for your understanding, and for your time. Without further ado, we would want to invite our third speaker, Shiyama Hafiz Marika, MA, B.Ed, BSc. And we want to quickly add again that our speakers, due to the long list with us. Yes. Now back to our next speaker, Shiyama Hafiz Marika, originally from Sri Lanka and now based in Oman, is an experienced educator, trainer, and founder of Mind Faculty, with a background in science and math education and over 10 years of experience teaching multinational students in Omani private schools. She currently works at Smart Student School in Muscat. Shiyama is an internationally certified trainer and as the country director for the International Perception Researchers Hub, passionate about helping individuals and organizations achieve sustainable transformation through public workshops and professional. Shiyama, as she takes the stage.
Thank you very much, Madam, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening to you all from Oman. This is Shiyama Marika. First of all, thank you very much, Madam Gloria Fiana and Work Through Education Organization for having me as a resource person for this invaluable conference. With this, let me share my screen. Is it visible, everyone? Is it visible?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it is.
Okay, good. Just one slide. So, as I mentioned earlier, today my topic would be quality education for 21st century. This is based on SDG 4 or Sustainable Development Goal 4, quality education for all. Before I start my presentation, I would like to say a few words about the importance. Why is it important for us, quality education? Why does it matter? Why don't we leave it as it is? What's the importance of it? Because according to United Nations, they say that though they have established these goals and title and they are working on it, still 57 million children are out of school in primary section. So, and also this quality education deeply concerned about equality and it promotes more peaceful societies. So with this, let's look at what is it? What does it mean by SDG 4? So Sustainable Development Goal 4 is all about quality education. It was established by the UN among other 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The full title is Ensure Quality Education and Promote Lifelong Learning Opportunities for All. It has 10 targets and measured by 11 indicators. And there are 3 means of achieving these targets. First one is build and upgrade inclusive and safe schools. Second one is about higher education. Expand higher education scholarships for developing countries. And then increase the supply of qualified teachers in developing countries. These are the three means. So basically, SDG 4 aims to provide children and young people with quality and easily accessible education, plus other learning opportunities. Now let's look at what are the targets or the indicators and progress in these goals. SDG 4 consists of 7 main targets, 3 main applications. Each has 1 or more indicators to measure the progress. First one is primary education, free primary and secondary education, which is targeted on the group 6 to 14 age group, and equal access to quality primary education, which refers to the age group birth to 5. Equal access to affordable technical, vocational, and higher education. This is mainly targeted the age group of 15 to 24. And increase the number of people with relevant skills for financial services. That is for, between 20 and more, 25 years. And most important, eliminate all discrimination in education. Universal literacy and numeracy. This is for all age groups. And education for sustainable development and global. Should not only be the knowledge-wise, it's also include other life skills and make our students a global citizen. But if these are the solutions or the targets, why we cannot achieve it? And we all know that every goals, every targets comes with challenges, right? So what are the challenges? First one is resource constraints. One of the most significant challenges is the lack of adequate resources. This includes insufficient funding and leading to poor infrastructure, like educational materials, inadequate facilities, and especially in many developing countries, schools often lack of basic amenities like electricity, water, and proper sanitation, so which are essential for as you all know, conducive learning environment. Without these facilities, student cannot focus. So this should be given the priority. And the next one is inequality and accessibility issues. Children from low-income families or rural areas, they usually have limited access to the education, the quality education. At the same time, gender disparities also exacerbate this issue. Girls in many regions worldwide being disproportionately affected. Additionally, children with disabilities, they also face substantial barriers, like they cannot find an inclusive environment to learn. So it should be taken into account for quality education. And then quality of teaching and teacher training, as our Dr. Cherry mentions now. The same thing with this worldwide. Teachers, quality education highly depend on quality of its teachers, right? Many education institutions suffer from shortage of well-trained, qualified, and motivated teachers. So teacher training programs also often lack practicality or a depth, so that teachers cannot prepare well for their students' needs. And then curriculum and pedagogical challenges. Curriculum also in many countries, it's often outdated. So lacking relevance to contemporary societal needs and global trends. It's not suiting to the current environment. So we have to rethink it, reform it. So there is a pressing need for curricula that not only focus on academic knowledge, but also in critical thinking, creativity, and most importantly, life skills. We can say human skills. Traditional pedagogical approaches also may not be effective to this time. So we have to rethink, redesign on these strategies as well. Let's look at that. The fifth one, most important one, as you all know, technology has the potential to make a big significant change in education landscape. But many schools, particularly in rural areas, lack access to modern technology and the internet, which hampers the integration of digital learning tools and resources in education. So there is a huge or significant divide in technology access worldwide. So this gap should be fulfilled. And then political and policy challenges. In many cases, political instability or policy inconsistencies or lack of prioritization of education in policy making hinder the development and implementation of effective education strategies. So we have to think from that point of view. And then, as you all know, these cultural and societal norms or attitudes we see mainly towards girls' education. It causes a significant challenges because some societies, they don't take it as a priority to educate girls, or they don't like higher studies, especially to educate girls. So which can limit educational reforms and innovations. And also monitoring and evaluation is also important. Not only implementing or targets we set and we just try to implement slowly or whatever the rate with these things, but we have to monitor the progress also. But what about the effective monitoring and evaluation mechanism? Can we do it? Many parts of the world, many countries, they're lacking in that also. So it is difficult to assess the quality of education and the effectiveness of educational interventions. These are the main 8 challenges that we face globally in achieving quality education for all. And I would like to bring my attention to all I feel here, we are global educators. So what changes we can do as educators in our classrooms? So if you're a primary and secondary education in the field, so you can just consider about bringing subtle changes in your classrooms. So I would like to share that ESD in primary and secondary education curricula. So as we already looked at points in 8 challenges that the curriculum and pedagogy approaches also should be changed, right? In that, what you can do is educational content structure should be changed, which means explore community problems through interdisciplinary studies. For example, in school studies, the content should be included with like global warming and whatever the global crisis they face, children should be given the opportunity to learn it and find solution for the learning process. The learning process also should be changed as student-centered and participatory learning that uses analytical thinking and decision making. So try to include small things in your day-to-day teaching practice. And the learning process should be collaborative and promote whole school development process. Everyone should be involved in that so that they can they can improve in their other life skills as well. And what about the higher studies, educators who are in the higher studies landscape? What they can do? They can do is the institutions still, they are trying to challenge to adapt to the long-term strategies to make sustainability as a major mainstream guiding principle. That they have to guide that, they have to take that into a main guiding principle so that they can frame their other learning content accordingly. So how they can do it? So the curricula of higher education should encompass interdisciplinary project-based learning, and gamification, computer simulation, distance learning, and case studies, and experiential learning, and value-based education, and ecological footprint analysis, most importantly, which is all about how human activity impact on the environment. We may make new things, but what happened to our environment and what is the effect we have made? So that kind of studies also can be enhanced in higher institutions. Transdisciplinary learning and journal writing, these things should be included in higher education system. And enhancing participation research also, research designing and conducting the benefit of communities. It should be targeted, the community problem should be researched, and also students should be engaged in service learning, problem solving projects, and also forge stronger relationships for the partnership with local communities for financial aspect, so that they can bring what is important in the society, what is the most or major threat or something going on. So why not research about that topic? So this thing can be done when you have a good partnership with other local communities. So with that, what about the stakeholders' contribution? Whatever the field you are teaching, maybe primary or secondary or maybe higher studies, we need support, financial support. So for that, not only financial and even decision making, also we need stakeholders. Corporations can help us to achieve SDG 4 by leveraging their technologies and innovation to create new educational platforms and tools that can reach a wider audience, especially those in remote and underserved areas. And what about corporate partnership with government agencies and non-profit organizations? They can create a powerful collaboration that leads to sustainable and scalable education programs. They can rethink about our education programs, and they can, with these three stakeholders, they can be part of it. And the private sector, of course, they can also provide funding for research development, as I mentioned, for the higher studies, and new educational models to improve learning outcomes and reduce the cost of education. So these are the main part. Conclusion, I would like to say that education for sustainable development, or ESD processes, emphasize the need for stimulating a holistic, integrated, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach, developing the knowledge and skills needed for a sustainable future. This is the main focus of it. So as teachers, we can do something about it. Not a big thing, but small thing, gradually it will become a big thing. Education in the 21st century brings numerous challenges, but also opportunities for innovation and improvement. Actively solving these key issues is essential for providing quality education that will equip our students for successful life and work in modern society. With this, let me conclude my presentation. Thank you very much. Over to you, moderator.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, Chioma Marika, thank you for that really in-depth presentation. Drawing our attention to 21st century, that's 21st century skills, of course, in the context of SDG goals, Marika has been able to successfully contextualize the application of the SDGs across primary, secondary, and the university level. So job well done. Not only that, she has also been able to call our attention to the skills and content gap in teacher training. And this is a very good opportunity for us to look inwards to see how we can further enrich our teacher training packages in order for this gap to be bridged. Thank you very much, Chioma, for this insightful presentation. Do we have Dr. Sasikumar on the call?
Yeah, he's here.
Please, he's on the call. Beautiful. Dr. Sasikumar TP is a renowned space scientist, a mathematician, educationist, and spiritual mentor with extensive expertise in photogrammetry, remote sensing, image processing. His diverse academic background includes degrees in MSc, MPhil, PhD, LLB, MBA, and MSc, making him a multidisciplinary scholar. Dr. Sasikumar has held prestigious positions such as Professor of Practice at ICFAI University, Chancellor at the National Education Forum, and Honorary International Director at Viswa Humanity International Royal Council. He has been deeply involved in promoting Indian Knowledge Systems, IKS, and has mentored students in disciplines like Vedic studies, astrology, and Himalayan meditation. His leadership extends to organizations, including the Global Sustainable Council, All India Sustainable Development. Sasikumar is also a prolific author and speaker, having received numerous awards for development, including the Golden Scribbler Award 2024. Dr. Sasikumar is a visionary leader, and of course, he has books. He has books with a wide range of topics such as the Jita Way, Parenting with Ayurveda, and Mind Matters. Ladies and gentlemen, join me welcome that is Dr. Sasikumar, whose influence has extended across continents. We are glad to have you, Dr. Sasikumar, as we give you the floor. Thank you.
Namaskaram, greetings from India, Hyderabad. Thank you, Anani. Thank you, my sister Gloria, for this invitation. A walk through education, a beautiful title, discussing great things. 3 speakers spoke to me earlier. We had the sessions. We are discussing about the inclusive background, how to create or how is our background. That's what most of the people, and then finding out what is wrong with that. My intention is to look forward. Let us think about what can be done. What can be done, as in the introduction told, empowering, collaborating, community improvement, long-term investment. These are all what was told in the beginning. Critical thinking, problem solving, skill development. Dr. TPS, myself, as an MBA professor of management, I created a formula called P performance is equal to S skill plus attitude A plus opportunity O. So what we are looking for is the skill, a great attitude, a change in attitude, an opportunity which is to be created. I'm sure we are meeting here not because United Nations wanted, not because government wanted. We are volunteers to work. But I'm sure none of these webinars and conferences and discussions can solve any of these problems unless on the ground we are collaboratively in working. None of the complaints against United Nations are going to be recorded, going to them to change the policies. So all these are waste of time. Let us have, then you must be thinking, why Dr. TPS is here? Am I wasting my time? No. Such conferences have given me a lot of opportunities to interact with the people, which made them to talk to me, probably make a collaborative process, see what can be done on the ground. There is no global problem. Somebody says what happens in Philippines, somebody happens in India, what happens in Africa is happening in America, it's one and the same. No. Even in India, what happens in the north, east, west, south cannot be copied from one place to another place. Local. That is why when somebody says we have a problem in the town, but the problem in the village is entirely different. And understand, we are talking about what is the United Nations SDG as a great discussion. You know, when it started, SDG started in 2015. Now, after so many years, we are discussing what is that SDG is telling. Before my birth, from 1960 to 1970, a decade program by United Nations, which is called the United Nations Development Program. If you compare this and that, you will see it is one and the same. After 45 years, we are repeating same and saying we need quality education, we need improvement in education, we want inclusive education, we don't want gender inequality. Imagine we are discussing about what happened 45 years back, again repeating the same thing. And we present, and in education, most of the people keep talking about 21st century education. What a stupid, foolish thing we are talking. Century is 100 years. And just before that, the earlier presenter said education moves every moment, every day, every week, it has to be updated. And somebody next presents that it is 21st century education promises. 21st century started 25 years back. What we have seen 2 years back is not what we are seeing today. We need a quality change in the thought process, the attitude. It is not Google solutions, copying from somewhere, making presentations, blah, 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 is not going to solve problems. I'll tell you, people have to work on the ground. How do you work on the ground? Recently, I was there in Sri Lanka. What I did, maybe 20 years back, I wrote a book which is called Adaptive Learning. Maybe the only one book in India on adaptive learning. When I have to go to Sri Lanka, I did not talk about my book which I wrote 20 years back. I rewrote a book on adaptive learning for third decade of 21st century. Third decade of 21st century. We have to rewrite the solutions because what I wrote 20 years back is not applicable today. That was on Google platform, internet learning, all that what I spoke. But today MOOC is very common. Massive open online courses is very common. Anybody can do this at any point of time, anywhere in the world, if you're connected with the internet. So I created changing the adaptive learning in a new process. But that is a general solution. That is not good enough. I rewrote it for Sri Lanka. Before going there to suggest what they are supposed to do, I rewrote the book with the Sri Lankan people as an associate. You have a problem. Let us write a book together as a solution for your problems. That's what I do. And go there and see what is the problem. The problem is education has to have two aspects. One is life-giving education. I must earn money to live in this world. The another one is life-making education. I have to be a human being, I have to be a social being. I am not an individual. I am a citizen of a country. So I've got great responsibility. I am a citizen of the global world. I have a wonderful responsibility there. So it is not physical. It is not emotional. It is not intellectual. It is not social. It's a spiritual development which we are supposed to look at. Let us work together. Let us work together starting from the basic education. We have great things to do. I am not discarding what people spoke, but we are not looking at how life can become harmonious. SDG is not sustainable development goal for Dr. TPS. When I wrote a book, I wrote Sanatana Dharma goals. What India had thousands of years back. If you read this, exactly what is the SDG says. So I wrote Sanatana Dharma goals. What is the duty of individual in this world? And we have to, the teachers working manual for the 3-2-1 world. We must change the world for the 3-2-1, third decade of 21st century. What is the problem? We are not able to solve the problems of adolescents in the mind control and mind management. Attitude is not able to set. If attitude is set, skill and opportunity will become so simple for them. We need a beautiful mind matter. Understand parents and teachers. Today, schools are, all the government schools are for the government. Where do you get money? Where do you get salary? It has become a salaried job. For the parents, it is a private institution. We have private institution for parents, government institutions for teachers, but we don't have good institution for children. So we need to create a student-friendly, child-friendly, starting from the younger age. So I created a system in which the children, not even after taking birth, before taking birth, it has to be taken care of. From pregnancy time, what care has to be given to generate beautiful children, where they will become nice children, where they can learn anything and do anything. Only one book I wrote, which is called Grandmothers, like a comfortable situation where children are so comfortable and cozy with no furnitures, no uniforms, no tight securities, only stories, learning with the play. That is where logical reasoning, analytical skill, mathematical ability, all these can be developed. Recently in the COVID time, I was teaching in a university, the same process. So what do I want? I want to create a early childcare education, at least with a beautiful system wherein we can have the ambitious beginning. Starting is good, probably life is good. And I wrote one book. It's not one book, A to Z, which I cannot bind in a single book. I put it into 4 books, and it talks about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A to Z, 26 chapters, beautiful book with 500 and odd pages. This becomes a handbook for teachers. And these handbooks, I'm not going to sell it, I'm going to distribute it. Use this as a training program for children, because we believe up to grade 7, up to 12 years, up to they reach the teenage, they are supposed to learn their culture, not international culture. Grow gradually to understand what is happening in the international world. Otherwise, today, what is happening? They are losing interest and their love towards their own culture, their own community, their own land is lost. They're all looking about what is happening in the global world and trying to make all disturbance in the place where they are living. So we need a physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual growth well-oriented, well thought out on the ground. I serve the community around me. I go to different places, stay in some schools for 5 days and 10 days, change the style in which the teaching happens and learning happens, go to the other part of the world. This is what I'm doing every day for last so many years. Luckily, the discussions have become so common that globally I am able to speak now. So building foundation, expanding horizons, value-based education, advanced academics, specialized learning, academic rigor with a lot of applications to knowledge on the ground, which gives them a good life, earning life, and making fame and becoming passion for education, which makes them not temporarily happy, but a longer term happiness. That is called bliss. Let us have a sustainable world where everybody can enjoy in harmony. And that harmony is what I believe most essential, the life without a conflict in harmony in the 3-2-1 world. Namaskaram and thank you for hosting me. And I'll be very glad to work with any one of you at any part of the world as volunteer with a lot of social service, mind and attitude. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. This is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing. There is never an end to perspectives. Thank you so much, Doctor, for this insightful session. This has been a cultural perspective on the application, the practical application of the SDGs in our classrooms. Thank you so much. Once again, Dr. Sasikumar. One of the takeaways I got from his presentation is that a cross-cutting education that begins with a cultural orientation where students are at harmony with themselves, their inner beings, other humans, and their physical environment through the age-old art of storytelling. Wow, this is incisive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. All right, please, do we have any comments? Do we have any question for our doctor before we invite the next speaker? I'm waiting. Do we have any comments, any addition, anything we want to say to validate, to give more illumination to what Doctor has just shared with us?
Gloria should have something to say, my sister Gloria.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have something to say, but maybe I should wait till the end of the session so that we can allow everybody to speak. Yeah. So thank you.
All right. All right.
Thank you,
okay.
sir.
So on this
Namaste.
Namaste. All right. So we have the singular honor to invite Mr. Avinash Kashinath Patil. Forgive me if I'm not getting the pronunciation very correctly. Okay, yeah, I think I'm correct. Mr. Avinash Patil from India. Now, a very quick run on his bio. Mr. Avinash is an assistant teacher at Babsuheb Didi Visput Madhimik Vidyalaya in Walwadi, Dule, with 21 years experience in education. Known for being tech-savvy and innovative, he actively integrates technology and creativity into his teaching methods. He has organized various competitions for both students and teachers and has been recognized for his contributions to education with awards such as the Ideal Teacher Award from the state government and a national award from IIM and Sir Foundation Solapur. Mr. Patil is a dedicated teacher who is committed to improving the quality of education at a school and implementing a blended education system in line with the new Education Policy 2020 in order to achieve optimal results. Fellow educators, my colleagues, join me welcome Mr. Avinash Patil. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Can I make host? I want to share my presentation.
Yeah, it's enabled. You can share. You can share your screen. It's enabled. Okay.
Yes. First of all, I'm very happy to join this session. A walk through education, and it's a need of time. International Multidisciplinary Conference, and the theme is building a better future harmony for a sustainable world. And my subject is quality education, education for better tomorrow today. I'm Avinash Patil from Bapu Sahib D.D. Uspute Madhyamik Vidyalay. I have 21-year experience. I'm active and techno-savvy teacher, use technology in education. Innovative teacher always use innovation in teaching, held various types of competitions for students and teachers also, and get Ideal Teacher Award from state government and national award from IIM and Sir Foundation Solapur. Doing so many activities in my school for quality education because it's a need of time, and use blended education system in teaching to get best result, which is telling a new education policy 2020. Quality education empowers students to reach their full potential, leading to a more informed, skilled, and compassionate society. Quality education refers to the process of learning, and the first important thing is that meets the individual needs of student. Then second one, fosters critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving skills, encourages active participation and engagement, provides relevant and up-to-date content. The next one is delivered by qualified and supportive educators. Next one, offers opportunities for personal growth and development, prepares students for success in their future endeavors, is inclusive, equitable, and accessible to all. My first topic and point, which is I'm showing here, meets the individual needs of students. While working as a teacher, we should first think about individual needs of students. So after COVID-19, the students were become lazy and could not interest, or they had not interest in writing. So I encouraged them, I gave them notebooks and study material and books for further education. These are some snaps and images which I had taken in my classrooms. Then second one, fosters critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving skills. I had taken so many activities in my classrooms. We should give them chance to thinking, creativity, and problem solving. We have to create such type of atmosphere in our classrooms and give them opportunity. They take interest among them, and then they encourage, and they think, and they create another or type of atmosphere, and they are taking interest in their studying. Next one, encourages active participation and engagement. For this type of encouragement or active participation of students, we take so many programs in our classrooms. Educational persons who give them moral speeches, and then other activities just like yoga and the musical yoga, and students had also so many competitions we have arranged for their encouragement and their participation, and it is very enjoyable for them. The next one, provide relevant and up-to-date content. As a techno-savvy teacher, we must use technology in our daily teaching. The national education policy, they also suggest to use blended education system. from last 4 years, I use blended education system. I got Sharad Pawar Education Fellowship for using blended education system from Yashwantrao Chavan Pratishthan, Mumbai. In this way, we must try to take various types of activities for quality education because it is today's need. And with the help of quality education, we must create the future of tomorrow. Quality education, we can say today it's a need of time to give quality education. So as a teacher, we must work for education for better tomorrow. We should emphasize the importance of quality education in shaping a brighter future. The education we receive today will determine the quality of life we lead tomorrow. It highlights the need for a proactive approach to learning and where students are equipped with the skills, knowledge, and values necessary to succeed in an ever-changing world. By focusing on quality education, we can empower individuals to become active contributors to society, capable of driving positive change and innovation. This slogan encourages educators, policymakers, and individuals to prioritize education and work towards creating a better future. Starting today, it serves as a reminder that the investments we make in education now will have a lasting impact on generations to come. When we are thinking about the summary of quality education, a foundation for a better tomorrow. Quality education is the cornerstone of individual and societal progress. It empowers individuals with knowledge, skill, and critical thinking abilities, enabling them to contribute meaningfully to their communities and the world. Here are some key benefits of quality education. Personal development is the most benefit. It fosters critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, leading to well-rounded individuals. Economic growth is also there. Social progress. Quality education promotes equality, reduces poverty, and fosters social cohesion. Innovation and advancement is also there. Educated populations are better equipped to drive innovation and technological advancements. To achieve quality education, it is essential to focus on accessibilities. Yes, accessibility, ensuring that education is available to everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. Equity, providing equal opportunities for all students, regardless of their gender, race, or socioeconomic status. In this way, we must try to take various types of activities for quality education because it is today's need. With the help of quality education, we must create the future of tomorrow. Thank you, Gloria and AWTE organizers who gave me such a nice opportunity to present myself. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Isn't that awesome? Awesome. Like a comment, one of the comments made that this is essentially practical. So thank you so very much, Mr. Patil, for exemplifying the tenets of quality education, for showing us what it means to walk the talk. Thank you. And this is another comment that this is refreshing. It's refreshing to see QE, quality education, on display. Thank you for attaching those pictures. Thank you for reminding us. And your presentation was also a build-up to Dr. Sasikumar's presentation that education is the key to promoting a compassionate world. It's not just about instilling knowledge, values, and skills, but then for the students to be able to give back to their communities compassionately. Thank you for reminding us of accessibility, that it's not enough for us to teach where we are, but also to reach out to the marginalized. And before I call in the next speaker, may I also commend Mr. Patil for keeping to time. We appreciate that. All right, our next speaker is none other Then Rania Lampo, I hope she's on the call. All right, Rania Lampo is a highly acclaimed global educator, a STEM instructor, an ICT teacher trainer, researcher, author, an international speaker all the way from Greece. She currently serves as a STEM instructor at the Greek Astronomy and Space Company, Annex of Salamis, and works at the Greek Ministry of Education's Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, where she develops STEAM projects for schools with over 200 national and international awards, including the Global Teacher Award 2019, 2020, 2021 by AKS Awards and recognition as a finalist for the Global Teacher Prize 2019 by the Vaki Foundation. Rania has gained global recognition. She has also been featured as a Global Icon 2020 in Passion Vista magazine, High Women magazine, and among the top 10 women entrepreneurs in Fortune, as well as the 100 most successful women in business in an Amazon book by the Global Trade Chamber. We have the singular honor to have Rania Lampo grace this occasion as we listen to her presentation. Over to you, Rania. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Warm greetings from Greece. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all organizers for this wonderful event. Special thanks and congratulations to Ms. Gloria for her amazing work and constant efforts, tireless efforts to promote the quality education worldwide by bringing together teachers, educators who share their practices and their insights. So as you said, I am a STEM instructor. Actually, I when I received my first awards in STEM, then I decided to spread the vision of STEM in Greece. So in 2017, actually, I was a Dutch teacher in the Greek Ministry of Education. We're talking a period where nobody knew what is STEM. It was not popular, this period. So I had to convince my high officials about the importance and the value of STEM education. So I started with some initiatives, and before last year, the last 2 years, I have launched also some STEM workshops inside the ministry where primary, secondary students are coming and they get experimented with hands-on activities, etc. And also I'm conducting several STEM workshops with the Greek Astronomy Space Company, with the Hellenic Peace Society. Also, I'm teaching STEM as a volunteer to the privileged children. So today I have decided to discuss about a topic that I think it's very crucial for STEM students. Sustainable smart cities. First, I'm going to explain what is this, how we can create sustainable smart cities, and then why it is important in STEM education, especially in robotics, because we know that now in the National Olympiads, robotics Olympiads, the main topic, usually the trend topic of the competitions, has to do with sustainable cities. So creating a sustainable smart cities actually involves integrating advanced technologies, innovative planning, and sustainable practices to enhance the quality of urban life, while at the same time minimizing environmental impact. So integrated urban planning means smart zoning. For example, promote mixed-use developments that combine residential, commercial, and recreational spaces to reduce the need for long commutes. The compact design, how to encourage high-density compact urban forms to optimize the land use and reduce urban sprawl. And of course, green spaces, how to incorporate parks, green roofs, urban forests to improve air quality and support biodiversity. The second component of a smart city has to do with sustainable transportation. So public transit systems, how to develop efficient, affordable, and accessible public transportation networks. The active transportation create safe and extensive networks for walking and cycling, including pedestrian pathways, bike sharing programs, and of course, electric and autonomous vehicles with adequate charging infrastructure, and how to explore this autonomous vehicle technology to enhance traffic management. Apart from this, another aspect is related with renewable energy, of course, in smart grids, to invest in solar, wind, and other renewable energy sources, smart grids, develop smart grid technologies to optimize energy distribution, to integrate renewable energy, and improve energy efficiency. And this is related also with energy efficient buildings, how to implement green building standards programs to reduce energy consumption in buildings. Water waste management, smart water management with Internet of Things sensors, with data analytics to monitor water use, detect leaks, the waste reduction, recycling, the water recycling, the climate resilience, how to develop infrastructure and policies to mitigate the impacts of climate change, disaster preparedness, and at the same time, all this digital infrastructure has to do with smart city platforms, with citizen engagement. Now, we can develop digital platforms and mobile apps to encourage citizens to provide real-time information. The social economic sustainability, this is related with affordable housing, with inclusive services, with economic opportunities, environmental monitoring, the air quality monitoring, and governance and policy, because we need to establish clear metrics and indicators to measure progress towards sustainability goals and make data-driven adjustments as needed. Education is a part of this, raise awareness about sustainability practices, as this should start from the school curriculum. The benefits of smart city technologies can be presented in through public education outreach programs and many innovative projects. Through community participation also, encourage community involvement in planning and decision-making processes to ensure that sustainable initiatives meet the needs and preferences of residents. Here in Greece, we organize a lot of hackathons to invite students, especially university students, to invent the patents, to invent, for example, devices, to invent solutions that could solve global complex problems, for example, climate change. I was recently in a workshop I conducted in the Greek island, remote island, in primary school. So I had some students of 6, I think it was 6 to 10 years old. In 20 minutes, they gave me 30 amazing innovative solutions. I asked them what they could do if they had the necessary technology, if they had robots, what they could do in order to solve this problem. So they gave me 20 innovative solutions. One said that I would like to create a robot which to prevent fires, wildfires, another one to clean the seas. Younger children have much more innovative mindset than adults. So we need these original ideas of students. So this is a crucial topic for STEM students because sustainable smart cities require knowledge from various STEM fields, including engineering, computer science, environmental science, urban planning. And this topic encourages actually students to think beyond traditional boundaries, fostering interdisciplinary collaboration, innovation. And by working on projects related to smart cities, students can apply actually theoretical knowledge to real-world challenges, making their learning experience more practical and impactful. The second one is that they learn how smart cities rely on advanced technologies, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, data analytics, AI becomes now an integral part of their learning. So STEM students focus on this topic and engage with cutting-edge technologies, learn how to integrate them to create efficient, sustainable urban environments. And this includes, of course, developing smart grids, energy efficient buildings, as I said before, intelligent transportation systems. You can see all the markets that students are creating. The devices are amazing based on this topic. And by studying this STEM students can contribute to solving pressing global challenges like resource depletion. They learn how to design cities that are resilient, that are capable of adapting to changing environmental conditions. And of course, we know that the STEM is the future of education, is already integrated in the curriculum of many countries because it prepares students for future careers. STEM students who specialize in this area will be well prepared for careers in urban planning, environmental engineering, software development for Internet of Things and AI, and of course, renewable energy. So these students will be in the future at the forefront of designing and implementing solutions that shape the cities of the future. And of course, students can play a pivotal role creating technologies that enhance urban living. So we talk about the improvement of quality of life, because this includes develop smart healthcare systems, intelligent waste management systems. So by working on these innovations, students contribute to creating healthier, more sustainable communities. And finally, I think the most important is that this helps students understand the importance of social and environmental responsibility. They learn to design solutions that are not only technologically advanced, but also equitable and inclusive, addressing the needs of diverse populations while at the same time minimizing environmental impact. So this has to do with innovation, how we drive innovation in sustainable practices, explore how technology can be used to create more sustainable urban environments. Students become innovators, they become out-of-the-box thinkers, and of course, this gives numerous opportunities for hands-on experiences through research projects, through collaboration with industries. Very important. I said about the hackathons. Students give their ideas, then we select the best ideas, and these ideas are taken by companies and industries, and they become products. So you can understand that young people become very successful already at the age of 20 years old through hackathons. And concluding, I want to say that, of course, it's about the disciplinarity and provide opportunities to students in order to drive innovation, create a more, of course, sustainable and equitable world. So thank you very much. I could speak about STEM for hours. Anyway, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rainier, for this. Really, I mean, I could see your passion. I know
If there is a STEM teacher here, I would like to connect with him. If there are STEM teachers in this session, I would love to collaborate. They can contact with me. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so very much for that generous offer. Yes, it's getting more interesting by the day. From Shiama, who looked at providing SDG-based solution from a student-centered perspective, to Dr. Sasekumar, who looked at SDG application from a humanist, cultural, and social-emotional learning perspective. And of course, to Mr. Patil, who emphasized learning to apply the SDG in our classrooms. And now we come to Rainier, who has really given us an in-depth, perspective on the use of project-based learning towards designing, inventing, implementing local-centric solutions to solving global issues. So it is like we're moving to the climax. This is getting really, really interesting. All right. Thank you so much, Rainier, for the passionate presentation. Thank you. All right. Do we have any comments? Do we have anyone who agrees with my opinion, with the impact Rainier's presentation has had on me? All right. Without further ado, we move forward. But let's recall, Rainier has invited collaborations. So as many teachers as are on the call who might want to respond to this call, feel free to send messages to Rainier. And I know that moving forward, we are all going to collaborate to making sure that the SDG goals are a reality in our own time. Thank you. Very quickly, we move to inviting our very next speaker. I don't know, Yasmin. Is Yasmin on the call? Yes, while we're trying to confirm the availability of Yasmin, we will move to Ainur Akundova. Is Akundova on the call available? Akundova?
Yes,
All right.
I am.
Okay, it's all right. And Ainur Akundova is an English teacher working in Azerbaijan municipality as a male. As teaching English at she had many students and also joined many projects on e-twinning platform. She won the European Quality Labels and National Quality Labels from 21 projects, and she is a scientist ambassador since 2020. She teaches STEAM methods. She is a Global Teacher Award winner 2021. Anor Akundoba, over to you, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mission. Thank you, introduce. Thank you, Gloria, for your invitation to here. I am happy to be here with you. Now I will share my screen with you. Now. Okay.
So very quickly, we have McDonald Nguluwe. McDonald Nguluwe is an educator, a human ecologist, earth scientist, co-founder, and Nguluwe is a musical artist. Donald Nguluwe, you're very much welcome to the over to you.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
How
Can you
come
hear me?
we can hear you?
Hi, McDonald. We can
All right,
hear
good.
you.
So,
Go ahead.
hi. Thank you for this opportunity. So, without further ado, I'll try to share. I've logged in using my laptop and my phone because the laptop that I'm using doesn't have good camera. So, can I share my? Let me share my screen. I'll use the laptop, and then we can start. Is it okay? Okay. Are you able to see my screen now? Can you hear me? Gloria, can you hear me?
Yes, McDonald. Yes,
Oh, all right.
I can hear you, McDonald, but your screen isn't visible
Okay,
yet.
all right. What about now?
Yes.
No, we can.
I think I
it's
can
coming on.
see it. Yes, it's coming on. Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
All right. My name is McDonald Nguluwe, as already introduced. So I'm going to talk about gender and climate change education. I am in Malawi. Currently, I'm staying in Malawi, and I'm a teacher and also a founder of Green Sound Education project. So, why are we talking about climate change, gender, and education at the same time? We believe that yes, of course, all the SDGs, the 17 of them are integrated, are interconnected, and we cannot separate them. And if we are to achieve one, then we must be in a position to work together with them in a collaborative manner. Yes, we believe in that. But most above all, we also believe that SDG 4, 5, and 13, which is about quality of education and also gender and climate change. These are very much instrumental to achieving the rest of the SDGs as far as the sustainable future is concerned. Now, let me just give you this small background. According to these guys, Malala Fund, they are saying that by 2025, which is just next year, about 4.5 million girls will not be able to complete their education just because of climate change related issues. And also, according to the COP28 by UN Women, they are saying that about 158 million more women and girls will move into poverty. And about 32 million will have to face food insecurity. And all this is because of climate change. So as we are discussing about education, we cannot run away looking at the climate change. We cannot run away from giving focus on the environment. At the same time, we now as Green Sounds, like what I've said, we deal with SDG 4 and also SDG 5 and 13, because we believe that education is a tool for sustainable development, and this kind of tool must be made accessible, and its quality also must be improved. We also believe that education is meaningful, which in the sense that it must meet the needs of today and also the needs of tomorrow. And a kind of education that is meeting the needs of today and the needs of tomorrow must put its emphasis also on the environment. Because even if we can talk about technology, if we can talk about culture, if we can talk about this and that, but if we don't talk about our environment, currently we are making plans to go to Mars, do this and that. We're thinking of how many other planets are there. What about the galaxy? But the fact still remains that currently Earth is the only habitable planet for us human beings. And this is our home. This is where we are. And if we don't talk about the environment, if we don't talk about this, it will be very, very much difficult in future, because the kind of education that we are going to have is an education that is not sustainable. But if you have to look at sustainable education, then we must talk about gender. We must talk about environment. We must talk about climate change. And maybe climate change is the fair tale to other people. But in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa to be specific, and of course, some countries in Asia and some countries in South America, this is the reality. This is the reality. I remember last rainy season, our classes were disturbed because one of our rivers in where we are was flooded. And this is not a thing which has been there. It's a new thing because of climate change. So as Green Towns, what do we do? As Green Towns, the first thing that we do is that we train teachers. I agree with the previous speaker who talked about lack of training as far as teachers are concerned. So this is where we also focus our attention. We train teachers in gender responsive pedagogy, how they can handle girls, how they can handle boys in a STEM setup, because most of our education here in Malawi, they are co-education. We also train them in green agriculture, how they can have sustainable agriculture, how they can have they can make organic fertilizer on their own, because education does not pay much here in Malawi. But if we train them in agriculture, in the green initiatives, as far as agriculture is concerned, they'll be able to have enough use, which is food security. And then when they have food, when their families are okay as far as food is concerned, nutrition is going to be okay. And then they're going to be productive in class. And also we teach them on microsavings. So despite having poor salary, but how can they manage to save that so that they can have economic freedom? Because if you don't have economic freedom, it is very difficult to be independent in anything. And it is very difficult to think critically, to be in economic studies. And another thing that we also do is we establish Green Towns Green Web, whereby we train students in ways to manage, also water recycling, and also making of organic fertilizers. We also train our students in storytelling, poetry, and music, which they use to express their feelings. You know, one of the things here in Malawi is that we are having increased number of suicide tendencies as far as students in primary schools and in secondary schools is concerned. So we try to teach them how they can tell their stories, so that as far as emotional development is concerned, they can get developed. But also they use this music, they use this culture, they use this storytelling in talking about issues to do with climate change. Apart from that, we as Green Towns, we also have an initiative which we call One School, One Wheelload. And in this case, we establish seeds. We buy seedlings and then we donate them to schools, and then we plant, we establish the woodlot in this school. And before we establish the woodlot, we train them on woodlot management. And in the near future, we are thinking of now moving from just woodlots, but now doing orchards, so that they can benefit as far as nutrition is concerned. They can get fruits from the orchards, They can also sell the fruits and maybe help in paying school fees for underprivileged students and so on and so forth. But currently, what we do is that we just establish woodlots, and these woodlots, they are very useful. They can use them to study because here it's too sunny. They can use them to study. They can study under the trees. They can also use them as learning environment, whereby they can use trees in biology, in agriculture, and what have you. So finally, as Green Sounds, also we do green life school shows. In this case, we do poetry and music shows whereby we bring different students from different schools with different talents, and then we do shows. And the topics which we deal with, they range from nutrition, climate change, sexual education, and sexual reproductive education, and other issues that affect students in their day-to-day life. And also do climate change exchange. These ones, especially these are jamborees, whereby we invite students from different schools to showcase the initiatives which they are doing in their respective schools. And also we do some radio shows whereby we get our students to be exposed and also maybe to raise interest in them so that they can become investigative journalists or they can just become any kind of journalist. But by the end of the day, as Green Sound, I think with time, let me conclude. The thing that we are promoting is that, one, we cannot talk about education without talking about gender. Number one. Number two, we cannot talk about education without talking about the climate change in our environment. Number three, education is an instrument for sustainable development. And when we are talking about sustainable development, we are talking about development that is meeting the needs of people today and also making sure that the tomorrow generation will not suffer. And this is a collaborative effort. Schools, parents, or other stakeholders, we should join hands. Because if we don't, then I don't know the future of our education. I don't know the future of our planet Earth. I think for the sake of time, I can just stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Undlue from Malawi. Thank you so much. That was another passionate presentation. I dare say that you need to reach out to Rainier, for a collaboration. You share the same passion, actually in the line of project-based and hands-on learning. If there is anything amongst the many points, the insight that I gleaned from your presentation is the emphasis on the fact that education is the tool for achieving sustainability. And so if it must be that tool, such an education should give attention to the environment. Thank you also for calling to attention to the skills gap, that if we give emphasis to gender, give emphasis to tech, we should also create awareness and empowerment in the area of climate change education. Thank you very much for that insightful presentation. Without further ado, we move to the next speaker. Our next speaker in the person of, please hold on. I'm trying to.
You're able to listen to me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You're audible enough.
Yes, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it may be to all of you. I won't take much time because we are already lagging behind. I'll just give you a small introduction. I am a senior citizen and I come from a premium institute of engineering in India. And I have been running my own business for the last 30 plus years in information technology, hardware manufacturing, as well as software development. So my topic today, which has been given is by Gloria, is the challenges faced by women entrepreneurs. I'll just tell you what are my observations. So just to tell you how I got into the cause of women is it was my mother's dream. She used to educate women from slums who were illiterate to teach them basic literacy. and it was her dream that she wanted me to continue her tradition. So when I told her that I don't have the aptitude to go to slums and teach the adult women, she said, why don't you do something which is relevant in your technology? So that is a challenge I have taken. And I have been, during the last 30 years, I have employed many women from the Women's University into my IT company. And I have been closely associated with them. And I have been mentoring these women also for the last almost 30 years for technology and for going into their own startups. We also have an incubation center for women entrepreneurs in Mumbai, India, where any woman who has any business idea, we will provide her the entire ecosystem to take that idea into business. So we provide finance, we provide the mentoring, we provide marketing assistance, legal, co-working space, and all of this is provided free of cost by the Indian government. So at the incubation center, we are sector agnostic. In the sense the women entrepreneurs are, there are some entrepreneurs who are doing fashion apparel, or some of them are doing something in child education, or there are some of them who are having baby food, making baby food, up to very high technology, which is using drones for artificial intelligence. So we have the complete spectrum of women working in all those areas. So, as I told you, that my topic is challenges faced by women in entrepreneurship. So, the background which I gave you was that I have an experience of mentoring women into entrepreneurship for a startup. So, being with these women who are from age 18-year-old girl up to, there are women who are almost 50 plus years. I have got a very good challenge. The main challenge which is faced, I'm talking about Indian scenario, maybe this scenario applies all over the world, other places. So she may be an entrepreneur, she still has to run the house. So as you know, she has to cook for the children, she has to look after small babies, she has to look after the husband here also, and she has to do look at the household chores also. So her problems are very different from the problems faced by men. In addition, there is a gender bias during the process of funding as well as during the process of incubation. Large VC investors or angel investors, they are still little wary about investing in women-owned enterprises. This is what we have seen. Even some people told me that even in Western countries, this bias does exist. Then the women also have issues relating to their menstrual health as well as pregnancies, babies. Then there are issues of odd working hours. So as I told you, women have to be home at a particular time, and there can be odd working hours, especially if they have to work since it's a global world now, and then if they have to work as per Australian time or UK time, then they have to work crazy hours, and they will be having their breakfast when everybody else is having their dinner. The public transport is also a very big challenge. The trains and buses are extremely crowded here, and for the women, I don't know this. Lately, there have been some cases of molestation of women at the workplace as well as at the during the transport. So their women's safety is also one of the most important issues. What my experience said is that, because although I have been mentoring these women taken up for the technology, but because I am in touch with these girls or women for a long period of time, they share their personal problems also with me. They find it comfortable to share their problems. Some of the women also face gender bias at home, in the sense that if there is a girl and a boy in the same family of the same age, it is the girl who is made to do all the household work, although she may be having a startup, but the boy of the same age is given different treatment. So this kind of gender bias exists. Women's travel safety is also a very big issue. In order to tackle this issue, my students, along with the entire incubation center, we have started an initiative, and it has got a website, and that website is called Satvik Ritu, SATVIKRITU.in. I will share the website. So that website is specifically for women empowerment, for women menstrual health, and women at workplace. So we have taken a lot of effort in order to highlight these issues and the ways of how to mitigate them and how comfortable the women will be. So this is, I think, in a short time, this is what I had to say. I'm going to share the websites of, and we have started an incubation and mentoring hub for women entrepreneurs in the Women's University. It is called Innovari. That I had put the logo of that some time back on my display picture. So anybody has any comments, questions, you can ask. I will conclude, since already late. I will close my talk time. Thank you very much, all of you.
Well, thank you so very much, sir, for that presentation. Namaste. Yes. One of the key takeaways from here that has actually challenged my perspective is the fact that you, as without looking at the biases, you have decided to break the barrier, to reach out to the girl child. Well, that exemplifies collaboration on another level, going above the agenda, to embracing the needs of the girl child. Thank you so very much for exemplifying such a worthy ideal.
Thank you very much.
All right. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, I am going to share the websites on the chat. Those who want can have a look at the websites, and then my contact details are there. Anybody want to share ideas or ask questions, there also you're most welcome to do it.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. That would be a most welcome initiative. Sharing the website so that we can access it and learn, as well as share our insights. Thank you so much, sir. So on this note, let us quickly make welcome our next speaker. Yes, while the screen is being shared, let's.
Can I talk now? I'm Chiara from Italy.
Okay, Chiara, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm Chiara. I'm a teacher. I'm also president of an NGO. I founded it with the other 5 teachers of my school, experienced teachers in Erasmus Plus program. But today I would to talk about the promoting social and emotional learning and well-being. But I want to talk about an Italian good practice. For over 30 years, an Italian net formed by contact persons of all schools of 4 municipalities was coordinated by Gabriella Gargano. Gabriella worked for the Health Public Service and has invested in well-being and social emotional learning through a monthly staff training, participation in local initiatives and European projects, as well as by promoting parental involvement. The network was located in southern Italy, in the Sicily region, in my town. My town is Bagheria and is very close to Palermo, the capital city of Sicily. It worked from pre-primary to lower secondary school, and the goal was promoting inclusion and the well-being of the pupils and staff, as well as to prevent school dropouts. The school have adopted the whole school approach on well-being and participated actively in different initiatives and projects around CEL. The schools participated in several projects, including developing
from Azerbaijan. I am Aynur Akhundova. I am sorry about the technical problem. Thank you, Gloria, for helping me. My topic name is Smart Students, Smart Future, and I want to share about my experience twinning and painting project. Please change the screen and next slide. Now I want to speak about my twinning project and how we can develop our students for future. Could you change the slide?
Done.
How we can teach our students for smart future? For this topic, I created one project on a twinning platform, and we created a partner from Portugal, and we work together. Some teacher from Turkey and Greece and other countries too. We use this project different web tools, and we use ChatGPT for searching our cities and where we are situated and what are our problem and how we can develop our cities for future. And we find our problem, and we can try solve this problem, and we use different web tools. We design our future cities on Minecraft tools and Tinkercad tools, and also CoSpacer. You can see the logos here too. And also we design our future classroom. We think our future classroom will be managed with robots, and robots will be our partners and our teachers, our colleagues, and our my smart city project will continue soon again too. And I search my partners from different countries too. You can collaborate with us and communicate with us and join our project. And our next slide, please. And how we can develop our and teach our students for future. In our next slide, and to prepare students for smart future, you should critical thinking and integrate technology, focus on STEAM and STEM project, and incorporate hands-on science, technology, engineering, and arts project, and promote life learning, encourage growth in the skill development, develop soft skills. It is very important. Our students must be strength, communication, teamwork, and emotional intelligence, problem solving skills. It is very important. Our smart students for future, it is very useful for them to collaborative team and our new partners, robots, and adapt to learn styles, use varied instruction methods to create the different needs, foster global awareness, explore diverse culture and global issue, encourage innovations for student project and environmental thinking, build resilience, teach stress management and adaptability, engage communities, involve timeless and local partners in learning, and other skills too. We must teach our students. And next slide, please. And how we will be our school in future. The future schools might be involved to include personalized learning, AA-driven platforms, customizing education involved with needs and interests, flexible environments, very self-network activities, global connectivity, subject for border perspective, skill development, focus on practical skills like coding, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence, blending learning, it is very important, communication of online and in-person education with VR and AR experience. Sustainability, we talk about in this webinars in more time, and well-being, emphasize and green practice and mental health support, lifelong learning. I checked a lot about it. Next slide too. And our future, smart future, we need the students in this skill attention. Thank you for your invitation. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much for this insights that you have also shared. Yes, Ainor, we do appreciate the fact that you have brought to the fore once again our shared belief that the education landscape is changing and changing very fast. And so we just have to do more of collaboration in order to bring all the aspects of the changing, evolving education landscape to benefit our learners. So thank you, CJ, for the feedback that for the feedback on Ainor's presentation. Awesome presentation, she says. Smart students, smart future. Thank you. All right, we move to our next speaker for today. We are gradually drawing to a close, a robust exchange. Thank you for staying with us this far. So we invite our next speaker on the call. Please, can you take over? Is Prayer Mogbodo on the call yet? Otherwise, we invite.
I'm on the call.
Okay, okay. Prayer Mogbodo, are you on the call?
Yes, Prayer Mogbodo, I'm on the call. Can you hear me?
All right, please, you can go ahead. You have 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. That's good. No problem. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm excited about this, and I'm going to be speaking on mental health awareness. And I just have 4 minutes for that. And the truth is, for us to create a sustainable world, we need to check our mental health. You agree with me that the world is very evolving. There are just so many things going around, challenges happening that are affecting different people and that has affected productivity level. So it's important that as we are working towards creating a better future, something more sustainable, it's really important that we check our mental health state, that we support each other. It is very, very, very important. And I just have like a brief period to share about mental health state. Before, much people were not really aware about mental health and all what was happening around mental health. But right now, you agree with me that it is really important. People are going through a lot. It's important that we check up on each other and that everyone is fit to do what is required of them for a better world. Because without your mental state, without you being capable and strong, you cannot be productive. We cannot create sustainable. That is much time. I can't elaborate much more. My slides are available. I'll share it with Madam Gloria. Thank you for the opportunity, and I love you all. Sending so much love to you from Nigeria, and take good care of your mental health. Thank you.
Wow, that was.
That's just on point. Thank you very much.
So, thank you, Prayer. The mental, because without taking good care of our mental health, all what we have been exploring about quality education would never be possible. Just like the previous speaker, Ainor just talked about adaptability and flexibility. We need this, talking about self-care in mental health for us to deliver quality. Thank you so much once again, Priya. I also invite our very next speaker. Please, our next speaker, Please can you just come up stage? I think it's Chiara. Okay, no, not Chiara.
Dr. Arjun should take over.
Anjum Qureshi.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So, Anjum Qureshi here, and I will be speaking on the topic impacts of AI on environment and sustainability. We know AI is a must know that it's a technology that we discuss every day and has a crucial role to play in every aspect, whether it is education, whether it is the environment, and but today we will be discussing upon how AI will have its impact on environment and sustainability. We will try to highlight its potential benefits and challenges in achieving sustainable future. AI it offers an innovative solutions for environmental challenges because AI is the ability to have real-time data analysis using the machine learning algorithms, using convolutional neural networks. It's an achieving energy efficient buildings for the smart cities, and there are also smart waste management facilities which can be done through AI, and because it accesses data, AI can optimize processes, leading promoting sustainable practice. AI can also be treated with renewable sources of energy, and it will help in enhancing the efficiency and reliability of the energy sources, because we know that as we talk about carbon footprint, because most of the consumption that we have today is due to the fossil fuels. If you want sustainability, if you want to talk about climate change and to reduce need to switch to renewable energy. So AI can predict the energy demand, it can optimize the production, and can manage energy storage, making wind energy more viable and sustainable options for everyone. Now, the next thing is the challenges of AI implementation. The AI sustainability, it will face some challenges like high cost and security and privacy of the data, and potential job displacement, because many people feel that but if that is not actually, if there is a way on that to upgrade themselves, there might not be job displacement, but this is a fear. And moreover, we don't have people those who are skilled in using AI. So we are talking about AI, but there are very less people who actually know to work into AI to do the coding. So this is a problem that we don't have skilled and trained professionals to work in AI. There are jobs in AI, but there are very less people who can come over it. With AI, climate and change mitigation, AI can significantly contribute to the climate change mitigation by modulating climate patterns and predicting environmental impact. These insights will enable to have better decision making for the policies that are aimed at reducing greenhouse emissions and fostering sustainable development. Because now the policies that have most of the countries, they have according so we need to reframe the policies so that we can be promoting using renewable sources of energy and then combining the technologies like AI into it. So there are some case studies that have been done for the AI for sustainability. For instance, AI-driven smart grids have improved action, and even in agriculture, it has helped in optimizing, leading to reduction of waste and increasing the productivity. It helps in monitoring the air quality for agriculture, and it also in monitoring the water level that will be required by soil. So there are many applications that can be achieved through AI. Then the future ability of advancements in using machine learning and analytics, these technologies will enable more precise environmental monitoring and foster collaborative efforts towards a sustainable future. In fact, when we talk about especially about analysis and all and future classification methods, so that is being done through a machine learning algorithms that we are using. And with this, I would like to come with a conclusion that we need to balance innovation with environmental sustainability, and it is essential. So by addressing the challenges of AI, by leveraging its potential, we can create a sustainable future that benefits both planet and society. And collaboration across sectors is a key. We need to have collaboration, in fact, collaborations at the international level or the global level, and we need reformation of policies. And one more thing is that there should be. Thank you. With this, I would like to conclude and.
Thank you so very much. I could see the rush, the speed with which you cascaded your presentation. We collectively made your effort. From your insights, we can you have succeeded in showing us the prospect of AI and the imperativeness of incorporating technologies that it promises. And if we the hour which you have reminded about, the students we teach will bear the brunt of it. Thank you for reminding us once again about the need to embrace technology. Yes, I want to say that so far we have covered about technology, talking about climate education, gender responsiveness, talking about even nature, ecological centeredness. And we've looked at the teaching methodologies all around, from project-based learning, hands-on learning, blended learning, student-centered focus. And of course, we also broached the need for our 21st century skills, particularly in the area of collaboration. Collaboration is key. Collaboration has brought us together. That is why we are all here from different countries, different as the education, substantive evidence to all the rhetorics that we have shared on this virtual floor. We want to commend everyone on behalf of a walk through education and the convener, Gloria Ifeyiwa. We congratulate everyone who has been able to make this call today. Well done on a great job with in to keep the Viking flag flying. And when we call upon you once again, we know that you will answer our call so that together we'll transform the education landscape in a more evidential way. And we want to encourage again that we keep in touch with one another, support what we are doing. Even as one of us has called out for collaboration, we need to respond, because it takes a tree can never make a forest. So